Shout out to all the street wolves. Appreciate you all listening, man, and watching us on YouTube for those who have. As you see, I got two other people here with me. I have the man who doesn't need any introduction because his socks do it for him. AJ Dunk in the building.
That's right. Yeah, you know what? I like that because you're going to see my footwear before you see me. So you see who's stepping up in the game. Then you're like, oh, that's AJ Dunk, all caps.
Except
Nobody
you're
else.
not. Except you're not.
Can't be confused with nobody else.
Except
That's
you're not
right.
going to do that. And feel free to go to ajdunk.com. Check out AJ's podcast. I can't make this up. And while you're there, feel free to check out any other information you got going on about shows, and you can find all his social media on there.
Well, they can do either is that AJ Dunk or is that the black guy from the Madonna video who is Black Jesus?
I might be. Who knows? Only way to know is if you book me and I come and do an event for you. Oh,
There you go. Oh, that's a great way to promote right there.
Hello?
To the left of me, I got a good friend of mine. You know, if y'all trying to figure out about all them Russians that got caught in the Olympics and all that shit for the powerlifting, that's this man right here. Has the inside scoop. He used to have 3 rows on the back of his neck like me.
You used to have a pack of Franks.
Yeah, and now he got rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Surgically, but that's another subject.
That's another podcast.
Yeah, that's a whole other podcast. You know.
So had a pack of Franks, went to a Knish.
He used to show up with food. Now he just comes to the barbecue empty handed.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. They're hopping out the window after my third plate.
This is my brother from another coochie. Daddy right here. I just want to we're going to take this time out, all of us, you know what I mean, to give a big, big, big shout out.
Big shout out.
To all of the big booty dykes out there. See, I love you. You know, it's something about you. I just want you to know you are special in my eyes. Especially y'all who want to be so much like dudes that the new style now is like the pants hang off the ass so much that pretty much the whole ass is exposed.
Who's the one who did the dyke anthem? M.A.?
I'm guessing so. I haven't heard her music. But if she
You
did
have, you
that...
know her man.
Yeah.
You have.
You know that's that Stephanie. I call her a Stephanie person.
No, I haven't. I don't listen to new music. I really
I'm
don't.
glad you.
Listen,
you know what, I'm not
I
pushing
only
up as a dyke anthem.
I only listen to the Third Siders. I only listen to Ray Toro, a few other up and coming guys. But if you're one of the newer people, it's just not my style. I'm not gonna sit there and call people whack because it's just not for me.
Right.
It's just not for me.
The
But
street wolf has a particular palate.
yeah, a broad one.
So these females. I forgot what you called them specifically, but these.
No,
females,
you're gonna say it. Come on, stop.
I really
shit.
did. I forgot.
Dykes, big
Okay.
booty dykes.
So these big booty lesbians.
No. See, now we don't want to talk to you no more. They're big booty dykes. They're bull daggers. It's alright to say it. Shout out to the big booty bull daggers.
A bull dagger?
You don't know what a bull dagger. A bull dagger is a dyke. You know, that's just another word for them. Bull.
Never.
That's more of a jail term for them.
Well,
Bull
I
dagger.
don't know, but
Yeah, you ain't got it. I ain't never been in jail with no dyke.
So-
I wish I was.
So you mad that they pants can't hang off their ass? Cause it's
No,
so
what I'm
big,
saying
or
is
like-
I appreciate it because they want to be so much like the dudes nowadays, you know, they want to expose their ass, like they want to get gripped, wild gay. So now the dykes who are trying to look like them, that's how they dressing. They got their pants down low, even though they got a belt, and their booties out. And I'm saying like, yo, you want to be so much like a dude, but you actually doing us dudes a favor because you got a big booty and now you showing it. We ain't even got to try to holler. You're showing it now.
You be wanting to grab it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I keep
Even
it
though she
real.
got on a fitted and
She got a
cornrow?
big booty.
Oh man.
On top of that, I
Oh,
know
man.
it's a female. It's not like
Okay.
she over here. We're not talking about trannies. Or some
But if she
shit.
dressed like
I'm talking
you.
about dykes, tomboys.
But my
I'm
problem
talking about
is,
the bitch with the Timbs and she might got a do rag and a hat to the side.
she
and
look
that
like
booty
you.
poking out, but you know she's a broad.
But she
Big
like a young
titties.
you.
Come on, you ain't never see a dyke that you be like, damn, that dyke got a nice body.
I didn't disagree.
well, typically a bull dyke don't really got a nice body. They dress like a construction worker.
But that's why I specifically said big booty woman.
Pardon me. See, I
I was specific.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was specific. Right?
Because usually the ones that I see, they're sitting on a park bench, smell like street.
Smell
It smell like Four Corners, right?
They smell like outside you in the ball and these constructs. And and then me mugging me because you.
Y'all they running the fool in constructions.
Come
Shout out to
on.
you dykes running fools in constructions.
Come on.
Oh, man, I
I'm
love y'all. Y'all
saying.
got a special place in my heart, man.
Oh my gosh.
Especially the dykes with the big booty, but they got the two-tone do-rag. You know, so it
The half and
matches.
half?
Yeah, so it
The
matches
black and
their
white?
shirt, and the other half matches their sneakers. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
Yeah, man, you got. They took time out. It's the little details that matter.
So many things to say, but I'm not gonna
Stop with the politically correct shit.
No, because you was getting on me because I was in a drag competition and I still had on sneakers and I showed that I'm a man. You getting on me?
How did you show that you a man?
Because I have a fucking beard. I had on sneakers. I looked like a girl's not looking like that, but you can look at a girl that is dressed like you. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up. I'm
First
still a
off,
guy.
you wouldn't mind not putting your hand on the camera. I'd appreciate that part. Second off, it's not like I'm seeking these broads out. I specifically said why I noticed she got a big booty. Why? They got their pants down low, even though they got a belt, and they got the bubble popping out. And what do most of them run around doing? Hand up like the dudes do with their hand under their shirt, walking like this.
But the problem is what you're describing is a unicorn. See, 1 out of 20.
Thank you, Danny.
That's the problem.
Thank you,
It's
Danny.
1 out of 20. Because I've seen the other 19. And then they ain't mugging me because I am a man.
No,
It's like,
no, but
yeah.
that's exactly
Pause.
why I was specific in my words.
He gonna catch what as a man.
No,
He gonna
no.
think it's a woman.
No,
It's gonna be a
no,
man.
no.
He
Well,
gonna be
then-
like, what up, what up, crazy
My man gonna get
Jay?
stone cold stunned then. That's how that's gonna go down. Nah, man, I just appreciate some of you dykes. You know what's funny? I just want to know, like, when the counter of a dyke is what they call a femme, which is a feminine lesbian. For those who don't know, I'm educating you out here. Yeah, no, say it louder.
Femme is the ones are the female lesbians that dress more like the
They're
typical
women.
woman,
Yeah,
Woman.
girly
Woman.
girls.
and then the AG is the aggressive.
Right.
AG, look
The
at
AG is the
you.
one
He
that
knows some
looks like-
dyke slang. Go
The one that
ahead.
looks like a bodyguard.
I got all types of friends.
And they
Got the
know
black
me-
leather like Matrix.
And they normally start off as the bodyguards for the strippers. And what happens?
Right.
Lovers and friends.
Exactly.
That's what they're saying. I didn't say that.
You need to stop with the shit.
Yo,
you knew all the terminology and all that.
Because I have a
Go
friend.
ahead.
I have
Go
a
ahead.
friend that is a lesbian, and she
She got a
explained
big
it to
booty.
me. I didn't know.
Is she the femme or she's the AG?
She's AG, and she.
I don't even like that.
explained it to me.
AG, say it again. The aggressor. Say it.
I don't have to say it.
You won't say dyke, so
Just
give me
say
the
Brock
aggressor.
Lesnar of the relationship. That's it's easy.
Hey, we don't know what Brock is behind the sheets.
My man said the Brock Lesnar of the relationship. No, man, either way, I appreciate you, man. Because I know, I don't know. I want
You might
to
know. You might know.
No, I want to know. Does the femme walk up and they just like both palm each other to greet each other? Like, do they both?
Did you do that to a
Is
girl?
it like to a female?
Do
My
you
woman,
palm, y'all palm each other and greet each other?
First off, shouldn't no woman be running around just palming a dude? Like, that shouldn't happen.
Same thing.
Once in a while, a girl might grab a dude's butt, but to walk up and just be palming niggas like on a greeting, you don't greet and get palmed.
All right.
Hold on, you get you.
Hey, sometimes.
My man won't say, "Hey, babe, how was your day? Why she got a head full of booty?"
No, not grab my booty. She got me palming something
No,
else.
he ain't getting palmed.
But you know,
That's why he's like.
he didn't say what she's palming.
No,
Hey.
she palmed it. I specifically asked about the
Hey.
butt. He get his
He's so
butt palmed on
stupid.
the daily.
Hey.
It's so
You
stupid.
get your butt palmed on the daily. He still ain't denying it,
You
though.
know what? You know what? That's what he ordered. So that's not on my menu.
Yo, shout out to all you dudes coming home from work, and the first thing that happens, you ain't get 2 feet in the door yet, and you got palmed. Shout out to you. You're one of a
You
kind.
get a palm reading.
You're one of a kind.
You're so stupid.
But let me ask you though, is it like a cup or is it like a grip?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you, Dan. Don't answer him. Just be quiet.
Is it a cup or a grip?
He's so
Why?
Is it a cup? Is it a grip? Is it a pat?
Hell yeah. Then she passed you
I
like a
gave
double
one
pat.
warning. What you decide to do from here on out is up to you.
Is it a one cheek pat? Like what? Like how does that? Does she wait for you to walk past the dinner table? Does she got a big drumstick on her hand when she do it? Like what?
Okay, if you answer, I'm jumping in on his side. So it's up to you.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to figure out how this works out. How does this fit in the circle of life? Like I'm trying to get. All right, now the laughs are great. Now it's time for us to get into the reason why we're here. As always, you know, man, we like to enjoy ourselves. We got to get into the real because that's just what we do on this podcast. So I'm pretty sure everyone's already aware of all the riots and protests that have been going on the last few weeks. It's real crazy out here, and I'm not the type of person to sit there all the time and just really talk about all this kind of stuff and really like get into the whole politics of what's what and who's right and who's wrong as far as the Black Lives Matter, the All Lives Matter. That to me is all up to interpretation. You know, it's on you how you feel. I feel a certain way about it, and I think that's the one topic that people aren't going to see eye to eye on.
Yeah.
But what we can see eye to eye on is what's happening in front of our eyes, especially what we're seeing literally on camera. When we're literally seeing people just trying to start off as peaceful protests and turn to something completely different. And both sides have been at fault for their aggression, but it starts off from the police brutality. If you watch or listen to this show, you already know that we've touched on some of these topics before, but this is coming from a different twist. And I saw some things today that just really bothered me, and as always, that's really what makes this podcast go, is I see a topic that really gets to me, and I gotta talk about it, and I try my best to get people who are gonna be insightful or who do not have the fear of talking about these topics. And there's some people who are willing to talk about things, but you know, it's to a certain degree. When we get on here, we're gonna say our raw opinion, and it just is what it is. We're not asking for everyone to agree with us. What I am gonna ask you to do, as I do constantly, is I try to throw some facts out there, and it's up to you if you wanna take my word for it, or if you wanna go search yourself. That's all fine. But what I'm hoping to do anytime I do this is to maybe educate somebody who doesn't know the full facts. You know, oftentimes we hear or see things on social media, or we hear things most people are talking, and oftentimes the facts are actually missing out of something. What is actually factual is that we're seeing on camera Black and Spanish, not to mention, well, I'm just going to take Black and Spanish. I'm going to say people of color, the minorities in general. There are a lot of people going through a lot of things when it comes to the police and how we're being treated. See, because what you're mostly seeing, and rightfully so, is you're mostly seeing on camera the slaughtering of black people, whether they be African American or Jamaican or whatever descent they are. But what gets lost in the sauce is what happens with the Spanish, what happens with the Asian, the Indians, so on and so forth. Like, there's so many people who are going through it. Clearly, I'm not trying to compare it to the level where the black people are going through it at this moment. I'm saying that it's not one-sided. Everybody's feeling it, and it's just not cool, man. So before I start getting into some of the facts of what I want to talk to, I just want to know if either one of y'all want to just give a broad opinion on anything I just said.
Well, personally, I think one of the major issues that we have in today's days is the fact that everybody gets their news source from social media. Social media is not a viable source for information. Let's be completely honest. So we see, I think that the other issue is context. We never get the full context. You get a snippet of a video, not saying that anything is right or anything is wrong. I'm just talking about social media. You get a snippet of a video, and then people are jumping out the window off of a snippet of a video without getting the whole context. I think that one thing that we as a people, we have a problem, we're not educating ourselves and really finding out the truth. What we're doing is we're seeing the next person or our friends post, and we immediately jump out the window based on their post without doing our own due diligence and checking.
I hear you saying. I don't have anything else to say until we get into what we're specifically talking about. I agree with what Danny just said, though.
So, what we're going to talk about today is, unfortunately, I'm going through the newspaper, which I have here, and I did go online. I checked a few things like I often do whenever I come to you guys with these topics. Excuse me. And what I came across really pissed me off. It actually started off a few weeks ago, where the police officer who was responsible for the death of Eric Garner, excuse me, I always say Gardner, but Garner.
It's your accent, don't worry about it.
Yeah, whatever. So that police officer who was the one who actually choked Eric Garner, he not only was he put on a different
He was put on desk leave.
yeah, but they have another name for it. Damn man, I don't know how the hell I'm just drawing a blank right now.
Sabbatical?
No.
Sounds like a word that's thrown around.
It's like a modified duty.
Yeah, exactly. Desk leave.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, he's just basically
Yeah.
working in the office. He's not allowed to go outside.
Yeah. Now, what that also means is that he is not allowed to have a badge or a gun. That's what that means. So, during this process of everything that's been going on, there are multiple officers who this is happening to them. They get put on a modified leave. And what that means is these guys, like Danny said, they sit in the office, push papers, maybe look at some camera footage, stuff like that. They still have a job. They still have a way to provide for themselves or their family. They never felt the hurt. They never felt the hurt. There was never really no skipping or no beat besides them having to go to a few court dates, whatever the case. They killing motherfuckers on camera. And you get an upgrade? And that's a big problem for me. And that's what we're going to talk about here, because I'm going to get a little more specific, because this shit has been happening, especially the information I have here, been going on since 2012 in New York. I'm going to address New York, NYPD. That's what I'm going to talk about right now, because I didn't have the time to go and start looking into Charlotte, St. Louis, all of that stuff, and what's going on with them. This is what's going on in New York, man. You know, and this is something that I feel everyone should have a big issue with, because lives are being taken on camera, and the next thing you know, your penalty to any officer, they're not being charged for anything. No felonies, no nothing. There's video evidence of what's going on, but these guys are being taken off the street, which is being said to be which I'm pretty sure is the more dangerous situation. So you put them in a safer environment. You put them behind the desk. You take their gun from them and their badge. But you give them a pay raise and overtime. And I'm sorry, I can't understand this for the life of me, but how the fuck do we go from you having something to do with someone's death or an assault, because it ain't just the cops who are shooting people, there's also the cops who are whipping people's ass and getting away with it, right? They're also getting more overtime. And we'll get a little more into the details, but I just want to give y'all the opportunity to speak on anything I just said before we move on.
Well, I'll say that rewarding bad behavior,
That's exactly what it is.
it's not, it just makes you want to continue bad behavior if you reward it. And that's what the purpose of a reward is. Reward is to say that you did something right. So, oh, let's reward that. To play like, if I don't address this and I sound like a hypocrite within fucking 4 minutes, so I have to say this. Danny was just talking about a snippet. These videos that we see are still considered a snippet, but because we don't see the whole thing that plays out. We have to get to the fact of why are these people stopped? Why is this going through their head to begin with? What is causing them to think this certain way? Why is a life being taken? Like there's still a lot of questions that I feel need to be answered, and it's just, I don't know, but I just know that you don't, if somebody takes a life, you don't offer them more money and overtime. No, like nobody should be agreeing with that shit. Period.
Well, I think we have two different issues here. The first issue we have here is the judicial system as a whole. It's systemically broken. It's not working. So, yes, first of all, I wanted to say that I don't advocate anybody losing their life. That's not at all. Whether you white, black, I don't care who you are. I don't want anybody.
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with it at all.
Some of you niggas gotta die, man. Some of you motherfuckers.
Really?
Yeah, there's motherfuckers out here touching on kids, raping people.
Well, let's keep it in the context of police, and we'll keep it in that context. Because I can see that part, and I know how you feel about people and chicken spots, so we'll keep it here. So, for me, I don't agree with any, because obviously law enforcement, you're there to enforce the law, and I have family who is law enforcement, right? So, I'm gonna give it in two different ways. So, I don't agree that a person should die. Absolutely, I agree with you guys, no one should die. I think the issue here is two things. It's a systemic issue. The other problem we're having here is that we're not looking at the context of that they are part of a union. See, I agree with you that if a person dies, they shouldn't be rewarded. I agree with you 120%. However, they're part of a union, and no matter what, when it comes to a union, raises it. Like I manage 13 employees. They're unionized. So no matter if I'm reprimanding them or not, every March they're getting a raise. No matter what, they're getting, because that's part of their union. And unfortunately, these are the things that we're seeing here. I agree that maybe if they were found to be guilty, they should be fired. I agree. They should be fired. They should be removed. There should be some sort of penalty.
But some of it we shouldn't have to. Number one, I have a union job, so you're 100% right on what you're saying. But here's my thing. Mm-hmm. At some point, when you're looking straight into a camera and shooting motherfuckers, that union shit gotta go out the window as far as because they do their process, right? Which they not giving to us. Mm-hmm. What they shouldn't be doing though is getting no fucking raises. Union and no fucking union. I know that's how it goes. Right. I know that. But at some point, it gotta be like, yo, hold on a second, because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I went right now and I smoked somebody, they ain't gonna give a fuck whether it's self-defense or not. If somebody said they saw me shoot them, they don't need no video camera. They don't need none of that. Automatically, I fucking did it. And now I gotta prove, they say you're innocent till proven guilty, and it's the other way around. You're guilty till you can prove your innocence as far as our side of the fence. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't need nothing. They don't need nothing to be able to say, yo, he did it, and automatically you guilty. And the shit, you know, I've been through it in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I've had to fight and spend money I ain't have and so on and so forth. But what I'm trying to say is, how is it these people don't need shit to give us life? Motherfuckers out here getting caught with small amounts of weed, getting caught with knives, any little thing. And you getting these crazy fucking numbers. But these motherfuckers can kill on camera. Kill on camera, and they not cutting no pay. They not making them sit their ass home. Not nothing. Nah, because they taking care of their own, right?
Well, that's the systemic issue. Yeah. That's the other side of it. That's the problem. And I agree. That's the other side that as a judicial system, we have an issue here. We absolutely have it. The last podcast you guys had, it was about, what's this guy's name? That young white boy who was gone.
Brock Turner.
Yeah, Brock Turner. Make sure y'all check out that episode, the Brock Turner bail set at privilege. That's the name of that particular episode.
It's a systemic issue. This is one of the things. I have, I don't want to go too deep into my personal life, but I have people who work for the judicial system, and people are getting ROR'd for things that they shouldn't be ROR'd for. released on, you know what that is.
Yeah, at least in your own cog.
You have people who are attempted murderers and they're getting ROR'd in 3 days because guess what? They don't want to put them into jail. These are issues that we have. Whether it's a person who belongs in jail or whether it's a cop, a person you fuck up, you fuck up.
Yeah.
That's it.
You belong in jail when motherfuckers is on camera, shooting up, like whipping ass, stomping dudes out. And what I just can't get is like, yo, I think that we should be in a space where you should be holding them way more accountable before you do us. Because their job is to stop the shit that they're doing. How is it your job? You pledge to sit here and protect the people, man, and work for the people. Where is that happening? I'm gonna tell you when it's happening. Gentrification. When they take our neighborhoods away from us, you know how they start doing it? The police come and start arresting motherfuckers all on the block for nothing. I've seen it happen and I've been a part of it. They doing all that to clean up neighborhoods. So when they put up these luxury buildings like they've been doing all over New York, right? Who's feeling the brunt of the bullshit? They're pushing us out while bringing the higher classes in, right? Meanwhile, they locking us up over petty ass shit over it. Mind you, you sitting there having to do community service, pay fines, end up in jail, end up losing jobs because you got arrested over the fucking weekend when you should have been at work over some pay shit, so on and so forth, right? But the people who their sole job is to protect us is out here violating us on the highest levels. And there's fucking footage and witnesses, and it's still like it never happened.
But I hear you. But we can't blame just the cops. It's got to go higher than that. They're taking orders from people that are higher than them. We need you to go out and do this. That's why they're doing that. That whole thing when you go to the train, let me search your bag. That's not just the cops coming up with it. A higher power is giving them the orders to do this.
Some of that though is necessary as far as the train thing. As far as the train thing, them being able to stop you and check your bag and stuff. AJ, if they stop doing that and motherfuckers start blowing shit up like they did over here the other day.
Okay, I hear you. But the same shit they said in the fucking debate last night. Who are they stopping? It's not everybody. You, come here. It's off of their opinion. You, come here.
You're right.
So most of the time, when I walk to the train, I have to have my headphones on, keep straight. Because if I make eye contact, then all of a sudden it's, hey, you, come here.
You're right.
So you've been in
They stopped me. They stopped me. I dealt with a lot of shit with the cops. I've had instances where I can see that they're trying to pull more shit out of me, but I'm like, you know what? It's not gonna happen. And I just sit there and I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, to be honest, I think that also what we have to do is, me and you, we grew up in the same area. We grew up in Spanish Harlem. Let's look at 102nd from 2nd Avenue to 3rd Avenue. With all the guys that are there, how many of those guys are pieces of shit and how many guys are good guys?
Might be a good 50-50.
50-50.
I'm going to say 60-40.
Okay, so 60-40. The problem is what we're doing in this situation, we're throwing the baby out the bathwater. We're saying all cops are pieces of shit. We have to be very careful with this. Because remember, not every cop, just like not every person who lives in these areas are pieces. It's not like that. We have to do case by case. I know a lot of people, when they hear me talk about that, they take it the wrong way. What I'm saying is, we need to look at it within context. Like, for example, I know Jay on a personal level. From the outside, I might say, hey, he's one of these guys, but on a personal level, I know he's not like that. But if I threw the baby out with the bathwater, oh, well, he's from Washma, he's from that area, he's a piece of shit just like them. We have to be very, very careful. Yes, do we have piece of shit cops? Come on, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But do we have good cops? We absolutely do.
Yeah.
But the problem that we're having in the narrative that's going out there is that every cop is bad. Every person. We have to be very careful.
But you can't blame people for feeling that way when they're looking at us that way.
But
and they're not only looking at us like that, they're treating us like that.
okay, but again, just because they're wrong, that don't mean you have to be wrong.
I agree 100%. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we can't be the only people who have to watch the way we view them, or something in that case. When again, this isn't a hypothetical situation. We're watching it on camera. So when you sit there and you say, okay, we shouldn't look at all cops like that, I'm gonna say, of course, everything you said was right on point. Up to even me as an example, that was a great example. But at the same time, it's one of those things that even if right now you separated the surrounding officers, it don't change these motherfuckers who's right here on camera. And guess what? We live in the HD world. This ain't no R. Kelly sex tape, my man. Ain't no pixelated shit here. This is HD. That's you. And it's not white only. It's black officers doing this shit. It's Puerto Rican officers doing this shit, and so on and so forth. So I don't want the spotlight to hit the surrounding. Like last year, 2 officers were gunned down who were sitting in their squad car. One was Asian.
Right.
I don't remember what the other one's background was, but a dude, African American dude, went and felt his justice should be killing these cops as they killing us, right? So now 2 innocent officers lost their life, and I didn't like to hear that shit.
Of course not.
And I've had a long history with the police. Like I don't, I don't want to hear innocent people losing their lives. If you in the streets, you fucking around the streets. The game is the game.
But you know what's crazy though? There's a lot of people that once that shit happened, it was like, finally, you see how we feel.
But I can understand them feeling like
But
that.
listen,
AJ.
but that's not right though, because
I
if the
just said
cops,
it wasn't right. I just
yeah,
said.
but I'm just reiterating. Like if the cops do that shit, that doesn't mean we have to do it and then we don't feel some type of way. We still have to feel some type of way. That can't just be the answer for all this shit.
So now, I'm going to address that, and I'm going to say my personal feelings on it, right? But before we do that, I just want to read to these people